Welcome to a video series on how you can expand your t-shirt business to Europe. In this tutorial, we'll show you how you can enter new language markets, even if you don't speak the language of your target country. The easiest way to do this is to simply translate a previously top-selling design into your new target audience's language. Usually, the biggest obstacle sellers see when entering new language markets is the fact that they don't speak that language. How are you supposed to know a new niche will like your design if you can't speak their language? What a lot of sellers don't realize is that generic designs work in almost every country around the world. You can easily find out if a country is passionate about something simply by doing a bit of research. There are tons of resources online about different countries' cultures, hobbies, and interests, and you can usually get this information in English. Sellers who are new to European markets also think that translating designs will be difficult. But you can find cheap and quick translators from sites like peopleperhour.com or fiverr.com. Tell the translator what the meaning of the design is, what it's for, and also ask him or her for their opinion on the translation. We need to make sure that the design translates well into their language, or if they think that we should tweak some of the wording so that it's more appealing to this niche. Jokes, rhymes, and quotes in particular might not always translate the same way, so it's important to get your translator's opinion on these. Make sure to translate your design, campaign title and description, and add text, and you can also ask them to translate some keywords for that niche. Those translated keywords can come in handy later on when you're setting up your targeting on Facebook. Another aspect sellers worry about is how to set up Facebook ads to target an audience that speaks another language. But you really don't have to worry about this too much because Facebook translates keywords for you. You don't necessarily have to translate keywords for your ads, but it's recommended if you want to choose very specific interests for your target audience. So for example, if you have a design for bikers in Germany, you can just type in the English word motorcycling as an interest, and your ad will target people connected to the German version, which is Motorradfahren. Just make sure you select the correct target country and language. Continue adding interest in English until you reach a good target audience size of about 50,000 to 150,000 people. Let's take a look at a real campaign example to see how it's done. Dog-related designs usually sell well in the US, and dogs are definitely a popular pet among Europeans. So let's try to see if we can reuse a successful dog design that we sold to the US and apply it to a European market. Currently, the UK, Germany, and France are the biggest buyer markets in Europe. So let's translate this design into German and test a new market. The English version of our design says, "This girl loves her German Shepherd." Before we get started with translations, however, we should check to see if there's an audience who will buy this design. So let's check out some popular dog breeds in Germany, Facebook groups, and so on to see if this design will appeal to this particular audience, or if we should make some changes. We should also check to make sure this design will translate nicely into German too. So let's go over to Google to see what we find. Let's type in Germany popular dog breeds. You can see there are a variety of online sources that appear instantly, like popularity of dog breeds in various countries. That wasn't so hard, was it? We can just find the information we need in English. Let's click on the site to find out if German Shepherds are a popular dog breed in Germany. We get a list of the top 10 most popular dog breeds in each country. So let's have a look at the list. And it does look like German Shepherds are a popular breed for this market. Since we've already got a German Shepherd design and it's a popular breed, we don't need to make any adjustments to the design elements aside from translating the text. Now let's go over to Audience Insights on Facebook. Type in all German-speaking countries here, like Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Because we only want to target German-speaking people, I'll add German as the language here as well. As this is a design for girls, I will target women only and I'll set the age group from 22 to 40 years old. The word girl is applied more so to a younger audience, so we really don't need to target women over 50. I also want to exclude very young girls because they probably don't have a credit card yet and they won't be able to purchase my t-shirt. If I add a German Shepherd to the interests, I immediately get a target audience of 70 to 80,000 people. If I want to increase that size a bit, I can try to find the German equivalent to that word. For that, I can simply go to pons.eu, which is a very good translation website. It's actually a bit more accurate than Google Translate. So I'll type in German Shepherd here, and then add the translation to the interest section. And we can see I've just added another 10,000 people to my target group. I'm satisfied with this audience size, so I'm going to save it and use it later when I set up my ad. So, just to recap, I was able to find English interests as well as translated ones for audience insights. I was also able to translate some of the keywords myself and achieve a good target audience size. All in all, this process was not too difficult and was pretty similar to how most sellers perform research for their US campaigns. Let's discuss two other campaign examples that demonstrate differences and similarities between US and European markets. Guns, for example, are a popular campaign theme in the US. While this is a hot topic in the States, it's not very relevant for Europeans because gun laws are very strict in Europe and not many people own one. Most people are happy with the current setup, so shirt designs supporting or promoting gun ownership probably won't sell very well in Europe. Funny shirts like, "I have a beautiful daughter, I also have a gun, a shovel, and an alibi" are an exception because they sell within various countries and in different languages. Another popular niche in the US is bikers. It's also popular with the Europeans too. Designs for the US biker niche tend to include things like skulls, flames, etc. But when we research the German motorcycling niche, we notice that it's less intense. Bikers in Germany are still very passionate about this hobby, but they don't tend to go for the skull and flames look. So you can just adapt some of your popular biking designs that sold well in the US. We hope you found these tips helpful as you explore new markets in Europe. Remember, you can always use past successful designs in Europe, but there's also lots of opportunity to find new untapped markets. For more information on how you can research new designs for foreign markets, watch our next video, Finding New Niches in New Markets.